than be with these guys right here. My name is Mark Walters of BigFanboy.com. First of all, thank you very much for coming out to Texas Frightmare Weekend. Has everybody had a blast? How can you not? So without further ado, let's bring the Boondock boys up here. Sean, Patrick, Flannery, Norman, Reedus, David Rocco. Let's get them on up.
Good morning, everybody.
Okay, so you guys have all met, right? All right. Anyways, a couple of years ago, there was a big screening premiere for Boondock Saints 2 right here in Dallas, Texas, which I had the pleasure of co-hosting that with Red Carpet Crash. So I don't know if any of you guys got to come to that, but we had Norman and Sean here. But this is Rocco's first time, so let's give him a warm. What is it you guys find about Texas that separates it out and makes it different from some of the other places you visited? I mean, I know you went all over the place when the screenings were going on for Boondock 2, but what is it about Texas that makes it special to you? Thank you, Sean. Sean's from here, so I mean, he's a Texan. So what have you guys found, like, especially with the fans, getting a chance to meet all the fans here in Texas? Because, I mean, you guys have done these things in other places, too, so.
Lots of pretty girls in Texas. Hospitality, you know, people are nice. You know, where we all live in LA and Hollywood. I mean, I'll be honest, I don't know half my neighbors. It's just bizarre to me. You know, where I grew up, it's if somebody new came into the neighborhood, you know, you'd bring them cookies and you'd tell them what your dad did. Hey, my dad does this. If you guys need that, he's, you know, that's the way I grew up. You know, and you ride your bike around the neighborhood. LA. I don't know who lives 2 fucking houses down. It's so weird. So it's always good to come back home, and there's just a different degree of hospitality. You know, you walk in a grocery store and people are like, "Good morning," and it's not weird. In LA, that's fucking weird. When you're in a grocery store, they're gonna fucking molest you. In Texas, it's like, oh, I'm good. How you doing? Yeah, good. Yeah. In LA, it's like, "Good morning." What's wrong, honey? You just said good morning to me. You think I'm making this shit up? I'm not.
I live in New York, so if someone says good morning, you just follow me.
Now, I mean, the Boondock Saints, for those of you that aren't familiar, when the first movie came out, it didn't really get a proper theatrical run. Where it really got its life was on home video. Blockbuster agreed to carry it and sell previously viewed copies of it, which is how I got my first copy. And it made, am I correct in assuming $200 million, something like that? It's like probably the highest grossing film in terms of on home video sales as opposed to theatrical sales that has ever happened, I would imagine. But I mean, that's just got to blow you guys away. I mean, did you have any idea that when you made that thing, did you think it was just going to be just another movie at that point?
Rocco's like,
I had a good time. So, that question is about a movie? Yeah. I had no idea. What was the question?
that is vintage motherfucking right, David Rocco, right? That motherfucker will wake up on a Tuesday and answer a question I asked last Friday. That's me fucking confused. He wakes up, he's like, "Hey, Flannery, 17. He's like, you asked me how old I was the first time I'm like, dude, I answered that last month.
If you have any questions, ask Flannery.
By the way, I do want to throw out a little tease. There's a really great documentary that's going to be coming out later this year called Off the Boulevard, and Rocco is prominently featured in that. David Rocco is one of the prominent. So look for Off the Boulevard is going to be coming out later this year. Now, Sean, we've done a couple interviews that I posted up, and I've done an interview with Norman when he came through Dallas. The number one thing that gets commented on the interviews whenever I post them is, where's the damn accent? So, for all those annoying people that post those comments, will you please give us a little McManus Brothers so that they will shut up?
Shut the fuck up.
Shut it, bitch. I think this is the accent they want. I know many Patriot Feely, Spiritu Sancti. You bunch of dirty bitches. Right?
I can't believe that just fucking happened.
They're just violent vigilantes. You have to just tear shit up. Down in the front. Right? Is that it? We good?
Yeah.
That was young Indiana Jones, right?
No, as I call him, that's young Cindy.
All right, listen, I know you guys all have questions, so think about what you want to ask. If anybody wants to kick it off, raise your hand and we'll call on you so we can get some questions from the audience. I know somebody's got a question. Anybody? Right back there. There we go.
So, any talks about a third one, and do we have to wait another 10 years?
Any talks about a third one? Do we have to wait another 10 years?
Yeah, it's in the cooker right now. No, not another 10. The reason, guys, what do you think the cooker means? It's percolating up there. The reason it was 10 years is because of a lawsuit deal that's been put behind us, so it won't be another 10. Now it's just a creative process. So it's in the works, but not necessarily right around the corner. Movies take a long time, so I'd say 2-3 years or something, but it's up there.
Back over here.
Will Romeo be back in this next one?
Get the paddles! Nah. I'm kidding.
Okay.
Anything's possible, right? Troy proved that in Boondock too. Right there.
Do you know if he's going to be doing any other movies?
Do you know if Troy Duffy's going to be doing any other movies? I know the answer to this, but I'll let you.
I think he's got a couple of scripts. He wrote a bunch of killer scripts. One's called The Good King that I know he's trying to get working, and one's called The Blood Spoon Council, which I know that he's trying to align that, in that order. Actually reverse, Blood Spoon Council first. So we'll see how it goes, but it's a killer script. Killer script. Who's next? Yes, ma'am, in the red.
Have you guys, for the third movie, are you giving any input to Troy about where you want the story to go?
Yes.
As much as possible.
Yeah. No, you guys are laughing. I asked him where he wanted a vacation fucking last October. That just came up now. France. He's fucking serious. That just dawned on me. Flannery asked me where I wanted to go vacation. Fucking just came up. Who's next? Yes.
Sorry, this is a non-Boondock question, but what was it like working on Charm for both you guys?
Well, I was trying to get together with Rose McGowan. And she and I had the same publicist at the time, and she asked me to do it, and I was like, yeah, sure, I'll make out with you. And then the next day, there was contracts for that. So,
For me, it was the same story. Listen, Alana.
Can't blame him. Yeah.
I think you're right, actually. Yeah. Well, that was a Vegas question from last Wednesday.
At the very, very back in the black shirt.
What was it like working with Billy Connolly?
What was it like working with Billy?
The cat's a rock star. I mean, literally, some of the funniest shit making those films is riding in the van to work with Billy Connolly. Because every story the cat says starts out with something like, it reminds me of '74 with Elton John and two midget strippers from Peter Fonda was there. Mick Jagger was sucking on a lollipop. And there was a little monkey pulling on my leg. A lot like I'm pulling on yours. It's fucking Billy Connolly. No shit. This guy lived everybody's fantasy. fantasy every day of his life. Yeah.
They zoomed in.
He lives in a castle. A real big castle in the sky.
Over on this side, let's see, I don't want to ignore you guys. Anybody in the back? No? All right, I saw another one over here.
Nope. Okay. Well.
No? Okay, we're done. Thank you. There's one all the way in the back there in the middle. Yeah, in the green shirt.
What about the sinners and saints?
What about sinners and saints?
Can you be more specific? I could read the script for all 120 pages. What do you want to know, man?
No, like, is that the little people too? The Boondock saints, or is that just another movie?
Oh no. That's a killer film directed by Will Kaufman. That has nothing to do with Boondock Saints, but it's a very well done film. It'll be coming out shortly. It just has Saints in the title, but Costas Mandylor is in it. A number of people are in this film, and it's a very well executed killer film. So check it out. Nothing to do with Boondock though.
Right there.
Yes, sir.
What was it like working with Willem Dafoe?
Like
Is he
working
going to be
with
in the third
Boondock.
one?
Yeah, is it going to be in the third?
Rock. Tell him the story where you tried to touch your dingo.
We need details. We need details.
Oh, give us
You walk
the
around in
story,
that dress.
man. Come on.
What? Lipstick.
Yeah, I remember when he was getting down that was
Fucking God bless Rocco.
He's great. He loves cats, by the way, just so you know.
You think this is Rocco. Rocco is a motherfucking genius, let me tell you that shit. There's so much shit cooking around in its fucking cerebellum that it is too much shit to actually functionally put out of the mouth. One time Rocco comes up to me and he says this to me. He goes, "Do you like peanut butter?" I said, "Yeah, Rock, I like peanut butter, right? Yeah." And this is what Rocco did. He went, "Yeah, me too." And then he fucking just drifted off into the ether somewhere. And I knew there was some shit that I didn't fucking comprehend about that. He was fucking dropping logic on me. I was just going, I don't even fucking know how to decipher that shit.
Saw one right here in the red. Oh, okay. Yeah, there you go.
We were just wondering, Norman, actually, Walking Dead, when does that start filming again? And how do you feel about being written in the comic? Yeah.
I'm excited that he's putting in the comic. I hope that happens. But we go back June 1st, somewhere around there, and we do 13 episodes instead of 6 this time.
Yeah.
And then we do another show, it's a class. Yeah, so that's right.
Is it more tight, like when they're doing it? Because like this first episode they did 6 episodes, or the first season they did 6 episodes. Is it actually easier in some ways because you don't have it stretched out over such a long period of time to kind of be more cohesive when you make those episodes?
Is it easier to do 6 episodes instead of 1?
Yeah, I mean because you don't have that long stretch of having to keep up with how, you know, what we're going to do in every single episode of the season.
It was actually a lot like shooting a film, to be honest. I'm not too familiar with television, but it felt like we were doing a film. It's a large-scale set, so we shot different plot lines with what seemed like one film. You know what I mean?
Why did they only do 6?
I think because it was zombies, and AMC wasn't sure how that would come across, and I think they sort of wanted to test the waters a little bit. So I think that's why it was only 6.
Would you guys have ever thought we would have seen such a badass zombie TV show ever? I mean, that's great. It's phenomenal. So, if you haven't seen The Walking Dead, pick it up now on DVD and Blu-ray. It's phenomenal.
Last one.
Right here.
Speaking of Walking Dead, are we ever going to see Michael Rooker again?
Yeah, you'll see him again. You'll see him again.
Who's that?
He's an actor that we've ever seen Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer. He's Henry. He's an amazing actor and the dopest guy ever. But he played my brother.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. No, I didn't recognize him. Yeah, I got that.
Great. It's like the coolest.
He was a killer in that, too.
Yeah. He'll come back for sure. I don't know exactly when, but he'll definitely. He's not going to be the go. I know people are asking.
He's going to find him in a closet having a long discussion with Broncos.